Okay, so on the workbench today we've got a bass guitar that we're going to give a quick clean up and do a setup. As far as we know from the owner, it's all working fine mechanically and playing wise, electronically and everything. So it literally is strings off, clean, strings back on, and then do a setup, adjust the action, intonation, and make sure we've no buzz or anything like that. So we'll just open her up. And there she is there. And so it's an Ibanez GSR200 sound gear. It's a lefty with active electronics. So as you can see, it seems okay. No major scratches or anything. Just really needs a quick clean up and a polish. Okay, so just do a quick check, see how she's working and playing. Just have her plugged into a small practice amp here. So just turn up the neck volume. So that works. Pot's a bit scratchy, so may need cleaning. The bridge pickup. Again, the pot's very scratchy, but it does work. Our tone control. Okay, tone works and doesn't scratch. And our active electronics, the fat EQ. Okay, so that works okay. It's just the two volumes are a bit scratchy, just in terms of playability. It's a slight bit of fret buzz, but that might be down to how I'm playing it. But that said, we're going to adjust the action, the intonation, and all that kind of jazz, and we'll get her back working, but. Okay, so this is going to be hard to kind of pick up on camera, but if you can just see there, the neck slightly bows. Very, very small amount. So that means there's some truss rod adjustment there. So kind of, if you track along, kind of you can just see it bumps up just slightly towards the middle there. Not a major issue, it just means we'll have to adjust the truss rod, and that's why we're getting some of those string buzzes, not down to my terrible playing. So just using our notched straight edge here for a 34-inch scale, we can see, yeah, we've got some daylight this end and daylight this end, so we have got a slight bump in the neck there. Just confirmed by our notched straight edge that there is a slight bump in it. So again, we'll take the strings off, we'll check again and adjust our truss rod and go from there. So just talking of adjusting the truss rod, this guitar actually has a truss rod cover that slides open, which is just the greatest thing in the world ever. That's utterly fantastic. So, just a nice little tidbit there, but that's absolutely brilliant, and will make adjusting the truss rod a lot easier. So with the strings off, we can see we've got the usual build-up of, grime, dust and wear that, comes from filthy bass players. So as we said, it's in pretty good nick. There's no major damage to it. There's one small scrape in between the pickups here, but that might polish out. You can't really feel it on the surface even, it's not too deep. So what we'll do is, again, we'll give it a quick clean. Might take the bridge saddles off to get a good clean at it. Clean the fretboard. We'll flip her over. We'll change the battery over. We'll clean up these plates. A few scrapes here on the back as well, but just the usual kind of belt buckle wear and road rash you get, but nothing too serious. And we'll just give her a nice old clean. And nice and clean and shiny again. So this rat's nest is our electronics. We've got our active fat bass EQ boost here. We've got our tone control here, and we've got our neck volume, bridge volume, and our output jack. So it still all looks pretty good. As we said, it was a bit scratchy and that, so I'm just going to give it a quick spray with some switch cleaner, move the pots around a bit, and we should be good to go. We'll just put the plate back on then. So as we said, there's a bit of back bow in the neck, so we're just going to adjust the truss rod. As I've already said, this sliding truss rod cover is fantastic, and because there's a back bow, as in it's curved slightly, and we need to straighten it out, what we need to do is turn the nut on the truss rod counterclockwise, just a couple of, not even a full turn, just a half or a quarter turn, and just try and straighten everything out. So we'll just give that a quick turn, leave it for a few minutes, then we'll come back and we'll check the neck relief again with our notch straight edge and see how we're getting on. Okay, this is probably going to be really difficult to see, but we've got our notched straight edge on, and you can probably just make out, aside from the gaps we have for the frets, there's no daylight coming through underneath it, so we've got a nice flat neck now. So our current fretboard moisture level would be described as Sahara-like. It's completely bone dry, so we're just going to give it a quick coat of some boiled linseed oil just to moisturize it and condition it. And just taking a look at the frets, they're not too bad, so what we'll do is we'll just mask up the entire neck and we'll give the frets a quick polish as well. That's why we always tell you to wash your hands before you play. So nice, clean, shiny frets and a clean fingerboard. So now that they're all strung up and that, we're just going to do a quick check of what the string height is for the action. I've already made a few adjustments down here at the bridge, so I think we're pretty much on. So we've just got our string action gauge here. You can use any kind of ruler, but the general rule of thumb would be about, say, 2.5mm on the bass side and around 2mm on the treble side. So I just have them marked on this, and just a quick check at the 12th fret shows that we're pretty much spot on, probably about 2.25. Yeah, probably about 2¼ inches as opposed to 2.5 on the bass side. And on the treble side, we're pretty much down to 2mm as well. So now what we're going to do is check the neck relief. We adjusted the truss rod because we had some back bow earlier, and now that we have the strings on and we leveled out the fretboard by adjusting the truss rod, what we're going to do now is just check how we need a small curve in it, just as the strings vibrate up and down so they're not flapping off the frets. So we just check our distance out. We just capo on the 1st fret, and we take a feeler gauge of, I think most people say, around 0.5mm or so. So 0.5, I've got mine already marked for bass. So with a capo on the 1st fret, we then hold down the string at the highest fret, and then just on the 8th fret we put in our 0.5mm feeler gauge and just see what we have. And as we go in, we can see the string is just barely moving, so we're just slightly under 0.5, so anywhere between 0.5 and 0.3 would be fine. We'll move down to a 0.4 and we'll check again, and that's perfect, no movement at all. So that means our neck relief is pretty good. So earlier on we were checking the neck radius, and we used our 12-inch radius gauge here, and so we're just going to use that again over our bridge saddles just to ensure that the strings are forming to the same contour as the neck. And a quick check there, and we're perfectly fine. None of the strings are too low, none too high, none at any strange angles, so we're perfectly in line with our 12-inch radius. Okay, we're just going to do a quick check on the intonation now. So we're tuned, as I say, tuned to the pitch, but we're not. We're tuned in drop D. So we're D, G, C, F at the moment. So we're in tune. Okay, so you just plugged it in, the amp is on, it's a Trace Elliott Boxer, and now we see, does everything still work? So, brilliant, all our electronics work anyway. So now we're fully in tune, we're intonated, we've done the neck relief, we've got our string height, our pickup height is good, we've checked and cleaned our electronics, so all there is a final polish of the body, and then we'll just run her through an amp and just make sure everything's okay.